I made a whole lot of money back when I was 19 years old. Back in 2022, right before I moved out of my parents' house to Florida for the first time, living on my own, getting all the responsibilities, going through life, I went through a lot of negative. I went through a lot of experience. I've lost a lot of money.
And this is our trading setup as of right now. And then I came back later on in the day and I seen this.
Ever since I moved out of this apartment into the nice high rise, into the nice little penthouse, I've felt the need of needing to do more.
Back test 6 months to a year of whatever you trade and only look for specific things.
I got comfortable, started spending money when I didn't need to, started working less, and it's all led to a big downward spiral that slowly fucked me up. And it took me a very long time to get back in the flow. I had to downsize my apartment. I had to spend less money. I couldn't go out as much. I had to dial in on my trading. I had to dial in on YouTube. I had to dial in on all these different things to get back to the point to where I was.
Good morning, everybody. And today, I'm in a way different location. I ain't gonna lie. I'm back on my traveling shit. Ever since I moved, I've been trying to be at the crib, but I definitely need to get started getting back into nature. Even though I'm gonna get bit up by mosquitoes, and I just got bit by one, and I only been here in this exact spot for literally probably 3 minutes. It's all right. This is the price of nature. But nonetheless, it is Sunday. We're gonna have a great day today. I plan to be as productive as possible. I plan to get as much done. We got a VIP session in about 10 minutes, and that's the reason I'm here. I wanted to get a good backdrop. I wanted to come out early in the morning. Right now it is approximately 9:26 in the morning. We keep the regular schedule. So the same time that we wake up for the live trading sessions on the weekday, Monday through Friday, it's the same time we wake up Tuesday, same time we wake up Saturday, same time we wake up Sunday. We keep the routine so that it makes it easier that when the actual week comes, we can just do what we're supposed to. But right now we got a whole lot of water over here, mosquitoes and shit. So you know what? I'm gonna get over to the car, which I have over here. And this is our trading setup as of right now. Nothing crazy. Got the car parked up over here. We got the laptop. Got to connect to my hotspot. So I'm going to do all that and we're going to get this VIP call started. Let's get to work. From up here, it's far more likely, and all you would have to do is wait for price to essentially come into a higher time frame fair value gap or a higher time frame reasoning. Like in this case, we'll look at it in the actual example. We had right here, this is the retracement. What happened? So let me put where the entry would have been. I would have wanted to get the entry at least at that 1 hour gap. That would have been a very safe entry, getting in as soon as it hit it with about a 50-point stop like I usually do. Why would have that been a good entry? Let me go over. So for one, it's the time, 9 a.m. So this is happening at 9:30. At 9:30, we're having a retracement after we already made the high of the day at 3 a.m. So right here, this blue candle was at 2 a.m. At 2 a.m., we made the high of the day during London session. When London session creates the high of the day, you always want to be aware of that because there's times where you'll just have those continuations. And as you can see, at 9 a.m., we retraced into the what? Into the 1 hour fair value gap. At the 1 hour fair value gap, this is when we started to actually reject. And you can see as soon as it tapped into it, price rejected. If we look at where we are price-wise too, if we take it a step further, you always want to see if there's at least 2 to 3 confirmations. If we look at where this is price-wise, you can also see that this is at 42,600. So we have big figure level, 42,600, along with the 1 hour fair value gap at 9 o'clock. And price is already bearish since London session, and we have the high of the day since London. That's a high probability trade in my opinion. And if you would have been able to get this trade, 50 points looking for a 1 to 2, you would have been able to get that trade. It would have been a smooth trade. Looking at this hindsight, I was more bullish than I was bearish. And as you can see, even if you would have been targeting that previously low, price just barely missed it by a couple points. This happened so much this week, it's crazy. This is what happened with all my trades that came to TP1 and never hit TP2. Very unfortunate. Like look how close price got. Same with up here. Look how close price got to running this previous high. Very close. Shake it shiesty. But this is Tuesday within the same area, which makes it hard because if you would have got in, like I said, at this area, which would be the safest possible entry. And the one thing I do when I backtest, I don't go off of if I would have had the best entry, if I would have had the most sniper entry. I go off of if I would have had the safest entry, which would have made more sense. And if I would have had a 50-point stop, this would have been a trade that I would have lost. And this, you can see the direction is still cool. If I'm still looking for a 1 to 2, after I just would have got wicked out by a couple points, it still would have played higher. And then hindsight, you can say, oh, I should have used 60 points. I should have used 70. But most times and less, 50 is going to work. But as you guys can see, Like even back testing, you can see the unlikeliness of how I'm not gonna win my trades. Like looking at this hindsight, it makes more sense because even back testing, you can see it's very hard for trading the way that I trade. We come here every single week looking at the same exact types of trades, marking up the same stuff, and it just doesn't work. Sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. As you can see here, this would have been a hard one unless I would have had my entry anywhere below there. But my back testing, I'm saying if I would have had the safest entry, because I can't say I'm gonna have my entry down here. Hindsight, I can't say that, but I can say I would have had it up here, which is the safest possible entry. I can show you that the main area that I wanted to get my entry was down here at this 4-hour gap. If you guys remember from the live session, this 4-hour gap is where I was trying to get my entry, bro. This is where I had my entry. So you know what happened? Price had this major wick. It wicked all the way down here. This was after it ran the previous high. Price retraced, but it was Friday. I essentially wanted to target this high up here. After price pushed up, we had our retracement at 10 o'clock. I got in all the way over here because I was waiting. I was waiting this whole entire day. I got in at this 4-hour gap, the 4-hour gap and the 1-hour gap. I had about a 50-point stop loss, and you can see how that worked out right here. All I was looking for was a 1 to 2. As you can see, I let price wick first. The first wick happened, and then as it was going up, that's when I got in. Price went up to TP1, and then 11 o'clock had this second wick, and that's when it stopped me up. Ain't that unfortunate? Ain't that unfortunate, bro? And then I came back later on in the day, and I seen this, and I'm like, bro. All right, we just got done the VIP session. I wanted to keep it nice and short and simple because I think it's about to be a hurricane or something, right? Right, Florida's about to have another hurricane, and I'm by the water, so you know that's a bad John. It's a bad John. Matter of fact, there's a questioner here. He just brought it to my attention. I don't think I seen it. You be spotting a lot of fair value gaps. I don't see. Is that just from experience, or is there something I don't understand? Looks like you guys are about to get a little free answer from the VIP real quick. Let me use it on my phone because I'm gonna just use Siri. Using Siri is a tip when you do any content, when you're like educating any people, man. When you talk to a lot of people at a time, you got to send a lot and explain a lot in detail through text, voice messages, and Siri. It's all through experience. The main thing you got to understand is you get better at seeing them over time from seeing them over and over and over and over because you know what to look for versus not knowing what to look for. Back test 6 months to a year of whatever you trade and only look for specific things so that you train yourself to see them. I think that's a pretty good explanation. Like, look at this. Do you know how long it would have took me to type that? Nah, but we give that game. We give that game. I'm telling you, work smart. You don't gotta work hard. People be like, oh, you be texting. Nah, I be talking. I talk fast and I know how to talk, so I leverage that shit. But for the most part, it's 10 a.m. right now. Turn this laptop off before that shit overheats. I gotta get up out of here. I don't know what else I'm about to do today. So far, I gotta go to the gym and everything. Gotta do all the main things. But as of what I'm about to do right now at this moment, I'm not sure. I didn't really prepare that ahead. I got things I gotta do, but my girlfriend also has work later, so I don't know. We're going to see. It's a rainy day. We're just going to go with the flow. We got the main thing done. Now we're just going to move on to the next.
All right, everybody. As you can see, I'm not in the penthouse. I'm not in the apartment. I'm in a familiar place. A familiar place for some of you and a non-familiar place for some of you. But this is the apartment that most of the YouTube journey started on. This is the apartment that 90% of you followed me at. This is the apartment that the videos got edited, the trading sessions got happened, all of that. This is where 90% of it all started. And I still have this apartment as of right now. I have it until the 19th of October. But I just came here just to kind of be back into it just because I haven't been here in a while. It feels good to be able to come back and see where it all started. It was a very good feeling. One of the feelings I felt when I drove here was a feeling of this being home. But I only feel like that because I've been here for so long. It's going to feel like that eventually at the new spot. Just got to give it more time. But I mainly wanted to talk to you guys about something very important. I wanted to talk to you guys about exactly how moving out of this place and moving into a high rise somewhere like that, somewhere nice, somewhere luxury for the first time at such a young age, and how it's kind of changed me mentally and how I'm just going about different things. Because at the end of the day, the whole purpose of this channel is to document the journey and to show you guys exactly why and how I'm doing everything and how it makes me feel and how I'm overcoming everything. Because if I go through obstacles, if I go through problems, it's something that you guys can also benefit from, because if I have to go through it, there's a chance that somebody else is also gonna go through it. And if it's something I'm struggling with, I guarantee you guys, you might have to too. So I will be able to tell you guys exactly what I'm doing to be over it. But one of the main things I talked about in VIP was ever since I moved out of this apartment into the nice high rise, into the nice little penthouse, I've felt the need of needing to do more. I feel like I need to be doing more. The work that got me to that penthouse, even though I do all the work every day, there's just a sense of I'm not doing enough. Maybe it's just because I'm in such a nice place. I have this stress and I have the anxiety of trying to like manage it, trying to maintain it, trying to keep it. I think when I have a fear of making it all happen once again and then losing it all, which is something I definitely don't want to happen, and I have the money to be able to keep paying for, but it's like this stress. Even when I'm in bed, even when I'm doing everything I'm supposed to, when I wake up, it's like this anxiety, like do more, go hard. It's like you got to be able to keep it. And it's one of those things where I have the money to be able to afford it, but there's still like an anxiety and it's just like a feeling of needing to do more. And I'm not sure exactly why. I'm trying to continue doing the same thing that put me in that position, but I also feel like there's still growing that needs to happen. There's still more I can be doing. I feel as if I'm putting a lot of energy in, I'm putting a lot of work in, I'm putting a lot of effort in, but I still feel like there's still more I can do. And maybe it's true, maybe it's not true, but it's one of those things. That's how I'm feeling right now. And how am I combating that? I'm trying to add new things to my daily routine, because the main thing that you guys are gonna understand is having that daily routine is key. The daily routine is going to allow you to continue following the process that's going to grow you both mentally, physically, spiritually. You got to have the daily routine that's going to focus on these individual things to improve you 1% a day. Nothing happens overnight. You got to improve over time. It happens over time. But mainly, the main thing has been the anxiety of just trying to maintain it, because as you guys know, I made a whole lot of money back when I was 19 years old. Back in 2022, right before I moved out of my parents' house to Florida for the first time, living on my own, like the whole story where I got my car and everything 2.5, 3 years ago. I made a lot of money at a young age. And moving out on my own, getting all the responsibilities, going through life, I went through a lot of negative. I went through a lot of experience. I've lost a lot of money. I've lost a lot of time. I've lost a lot of resources, trying and dabbling in different things, just experiencing life, experiencing the things that I needed to learn to get me to the point to where I am now. Essentially, I had a whole bunch of money, but when I moved to Florida, I became undisciplined. I started getting comfortable. I kind of felt like I made it. One of the main things that I stress is never feel like you made it. Why? Because I had to go through the phase of me thinking I was the best, me thinking I was at the top of the world, me thinking I had it all figured out, to then what? Losing all of it. All of it plus more at that. And that's one of the things that I definitely think is kind of, I would say PTSD is something that I feel inside me, because I've gone through it before. But the thing is, I've never lost it all, got it back, and now been in my position now where I have the opportunity to not let it happen this time, where I have the opportunity to not lose it all, where I have the opportunity to actually know how to keep moving forward. Because the last time I never went through this, so I didn't have the experience to be able to be prepared for it. But now I do. And that's one of the things that I'm definitely using to my advantage, because last time I know what I did wrong. I got comfortable, started spending money when I didn't need to, started working less, and it's all led to a big downward spiral that slowly fucked me up. And it took me a very long time to get back in the flow. I had to downsize my apartment. I had to spend less money. I couldn't go out as much. I had to dial in on my trading. I had to dial in on YouTube. I had to dial in on all these different things to get back to the point to where I was 2.5, 3 years ago, because I lost it all. And I lost a lot of time with that also. I lost a lot of time and money because I wanted to be undisciplined. I wanted to get comfortable and then essentially be at the top of the mountain and roll all the way off. When I rolled all the way off, I was injured. And by the time I was able to walk to get back up to the mountain, it was a very long time after. But nonetheless, we were here back at the top of the mountain. And I've just realized there's way more other mountains. I'm at the top of the one mountain, and behind it, there's another 100, there's another 1,000 that I can't even see, which is actually the last one. All I did was get to the point to being able to realize that it only gets harder. I only got to the point to realize that getting these apartments, having all these things with money isn't gonna make you happy. I will sleep in this apartment every day if I have to. I don't care. This doesn't make me who I am. I'm who I am regardless of my car, regardless of my apartment, regardless of how much money I have. I am me. I am my brain. I am my consciousness. I am my knowledge. You can't take that away from me. You can't take away my experience. You can't take away what makes me me. All the stuff around me doesn't matter. I'm the same person whether I have a big, nice penthouse view in the background or I'm in a small little apartment with barely a window to be able to see out of. I'm the same person. The same person that got me to this position is the same person that I am now. The same person I was 2 years ago when I made a lot of money is the same person I am now. The only thing different is what I'm doing on a day-to-day basis. Having that routine is very key. And most people they don't take advantage of that understanding. Having the routine that's going to build you 1% a day in every different aspect is very crucial, because it's going to build that consistency and that discipline and that patience, because it's going to teach you nothing is going to happen right away. But if you constantly show up every single day, over time, you will be paid for it. Not necessarily money, but you will be rewarded in one way, shape, or form. It just comes down to doing what is required. And that's what I'm doing. Even though I wake up days I don't feel the best, even though there's days where I'm not the happiest, even though there's days where I feel as if I could be doing more, this is all part of the journey. I know it's not going to be easy. I know it's only going to get harder. And I know I'm only going to have to become stronger to be able to handle this stuff. More money, more problems, more responsibilities. That's just what happens. And I am ready for it. Even though, like I said, it may be hard sometimes. It may make me sad, angry, upset. I got to go through it anyway. Life is about experiencing everything. Life is about experiencing different emotions. Life is about experiencing different events, doing different things. That's all it's about. Life is about feeling the journey. Life is all about experiencing. We're not here to be happy. We're here to experience life. And life is all the above: the good, the bad, the amazing, the horrible, all of that. But for the most part, I'm good though. Just came back to the apartment, got to grab a few things, and it feels good to be here. It just brings you back to being grounded. Like, I'm sitting on the floor right now. I have no furniture here. I'm sitting on the floor, but it feels good. Like I told you guys, you are the same person with money or without money. Build yourself as an individual that's going to be able to get the money, that's going to be able to create the person that's going to be able to attract the money. Money comes and goes. Build yourself into the person that's never going to leave. Build yourself into the person that's going to be able to attract money forever. So that's all I really have for you guys. I want to keep this vlog short. I want to keep this video nice and informative so we can get back into the week and stay busy. It was a very slow day. It's a very rainy day. This hurricane's about to come and go crazy, but I got to edit this vlog, get some more content out, and then get ready for the week. We're going to make a lot of money this week. I promise you, we're going to have some good trades. You know why? Because I'm going to trade as little as possible. And if I get 1 or 2 wins, we done for the week. We keeping it simple. But if you want to learn how to trade, the trading concepts, the trading systems that I use on a daily basis, check out the free trading course. Check out the free trading webinars for completely free. And once you're ready to join a team of like-minded individuals where you can trade with me, trade with the community, take my trades if you want to, and actually learn how to be a self-sufficient trader live, join VIP. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's daily video.